Let's face it, you suck at dieting. And losing weight? Well, that sucks too. Giving up isn't an option because you'd rather be thin. You're now listening to the Rather Be Thin podcast with your vocal sensation, an unfiltered, anti-fat acceptance warrior, a serial dieter and food addict herself, your host, Tasia.
Hey, you're now listening to episode number 11 of the Rather Be Thin podcast. I'm Tasia, and it's nice to meet you. Now, before we can even start this episode, I need to make sure you're in the right place. If you're a woman in your 30s or above, and you tried to stay on your diet for at least 100 times this week alone, then you landed on the right podcast. Well, all right, so let's jump right in to this episode of the Rather Be Thin podcast. I believe that all diets work, but can you stick to this diet for more than 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Can you see yourself doing this diet for 15 years or more for the rest of your life? Can you see yourself doing this diet for the rest of your life? If you cannot, that's not the diet for you. Quick disclaimer. This podcast is purely based on opinions and experiences. Please consult your own physician, as none of the suggestions, information, and topics discussed are intended to replace actual medical advice. We encourage you to do your own research. The Rather Be Thin podcast is for entertainment purposes only. That's why I do believe that if you make your own diet plan because you know which foods that you like, which foods your body likes, which foods your mental enjoys, and you can fit it all into an eating plan that works for you, that's the diet for you. That is your lifestyle. That is your forever diet. That's the one you should be on for life. But there are some things you need to cut back if you're trying to lose weight. So you need to be in a deficit. You have to watch what you're eating. You have to exercise more if you want to have the endurance, to have a healthy heart, to be able to think clearly without the brain fog. There's some things you have to do if you want to become healthier. That's non-negotiable. I feel that we all know that. But eating a deficit for a very long time does confuse the body, and it's like, wait a minute, what are you trying to do here? So a diet break does seem like a good idea. Now, what is a diet break? A diet break is basically how it sounds. You're taking a little bit of time away from the calorie deficit dieting that you're trying to do to lose the weight, to hit your weight loss goals and all that good stuff. Now, a break can last anywhere from a week up to a few months, depending on your weight loss goals. Now, if you're closer to your goal, then a longer break could make sense to you. Now, if you're far out and you got like 150 pounds to lose, maybe a week will be good. Maybe 2. Now, taking a break could mess with your mental. I'm going to be real with this. It could mess with your mental because that period of time can undo everything that you've done for the 4 to 6 weeks that you've been on a diet, on your calorie deficit. So while you're doing a diet break, I feel that you need to keep the new habits that you've learned, that you incorporated to get to the point that you are. But then you can have your little indulgence, your little cheat, your little this and your little that. But you have to be strong enough to know that, you know what? My 1 or 2 weeks is over. I need to get back on plan and get to the deficit that I need to be in at this point in time and hit it out for another 4 to 6 weeks. And then I can look forward to my 1 to 2 week of a diet break. And I really do like it because it gives your mind and body a break, especially the mental. It gives your mind a break because tracking things, exercising, making sure you're doing everything right, I feel is more mentally taxing than the actual eating the foods itself. You get what I'm saying? Now, when should you take a diet break? Again, this should be strictly strategic. You should really plan this out. So say that you have a vacation coming up. Say that you're going to a wedding. Say that you have friends coming over or family coming over and they're staying for a week or 2. You should plan out your diet break around those times so that you don't have to tell your family, you know what, I'm on a diet. I can't eat that. I can't have that. I need to go exercise. I can't spend time with you because if I don't do it, then I'm going to mess up and then this and that, blah, 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 which can be even more taxing on your mental and on your body because you should be able to let loose. Not in a way that you down spiral and go binging and then lay out vegetating because you ate too much and you don't know what to do with yourself anymore. It's not going off the deep end. A diet break is not going off the deep end. It's all about the mental and physical colliding, I guess you can say. The mental and physical colliding, getting on track with one another, letting each other know that, you know what, she's doing fine, she's doing all right. And then when the calorie deficit comes back on, they'll work better in unison. And I like that. That's kind of cool. Now, while dieting, it does mess with your metabolism because of the fact that if you started at 2,500 and that's what you need to maintain, and then you lose a couple of pounds, and now you only need 2,000 to maintain, but you're still eating 2,500, yeah, that doesn't work out. You're going to see that you're gaining weight. But at the same time, when you're plateauing and you're eating basically your maintenance calories and you're not even realizing that you are, because you get to eat less for how much you weigh, then having a maintenance calorie type of reset, letting the body know that you're okay, you might see more of a successful path for weight loss if you just take a break. And I love taking breaks. I love just chilling out, vegging on my couch and doing nothing. I love it. And if I can apply that to my weight loss goals and being able to get that mental break needed, I am so down. How about you? Now, during this time, it's very important that you use your tool, the scale, to figure out how many calories you need to maintain. You want to be able to bounce maybe 0.2, half a pound, and then you know that you're in the right range. Now, if you're taking a diet break and you're seeing that you're gaining a pound a day, yeah, there's something wrong. You need to dial back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You need to dial back. But yeah, it's like a diet break is just that moment. It's just that I can't have cookies and cakes and stuff on my calorie deficit because I don't have enough calories. But when I'm doing a diet break, I can because I'm eating enough to maintain. And because I'm maintaining, my body is stabilized. And when my body is stabilized and it's okay and it knows that, you know what, I'm feeling good. When you go back to a diet deficit, a calorie deficit, then hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, that we'll start losing weight again. So, something that you may be wondering is, will I gain weight during a diet break? And the answer is yes, you will gain weight during a diet break. Why? You are not in a calorie deficit anymore. And when you eat your maintenance calories, so you're bumping up in calories, when you go to your maintenance calories, you're going to be gaining water weight. It won't be fat because remember, 3,500 calories equals a pound of fat. And if you're eating your maintenance calories, you shouldn't be gaining anything. But when you are going from your calorie deficit to your maintenance calories, you will gain water weight. So don't let that scare you if you're considering doing it. And if you do it and then you see that the scale went up, just know that if you are eating your maintenance now, it'll just be water weight. Now, again, I just want to address that a diet break is more than just a cheat day. It's more than just a cheat meal. It's a strategic. A cheat meal, cheat day, is just saying, I'm going to just do whatever I want, eat the foods I want, and then the next day I'll get back on track. It's not like that. A diet break is an extended amount of time eating maintenance calories and then getting back on plan when it's time to. And plus, I hate the word cheat anyway. The word cheat signifies doing something wrong, doing something naughty, doing something you're not supposed to be doing. I don't like cheat day. I don't like cheat meal, but I like diet break. I like that. So what's the game plan? What should you do on your diet break? Well, you're going to track your intake. You still need to track your calories. It's very important. If you don't understand how many calories you're taking in during your diet, your calorie deficit, or during your diet break, it basically is no point of you even doing either one. Because if you don't know where your data is, you don't know how many calories you're taking in, I don't know what to say. This is stuff you have to do if you want to stay on track to get to your goals. So track your calories on your diet and while on your diet break. Now, if you can plan your meals, that's even a plus. If you can plan, like, all right, day 1 of diet break, I'm going to have, for example, bacon and eggs for breakfast. I'm going to have, I don't know, a salad for lunch. But for dinner, I'm going to go out and have 2 slices of cake. I'm going to have a little bit of protein source over here and something else over there. That's fine. I feel it's fine because I feel that you can have anything you want on your plan, on your diet or diet break. It's just, if you plan it out, it's not kind of like a surprise. And hopefully that will stop a binge from ensuing, because we don't want to fall into a binge. We need to still stay in our calories. We still need to make sure that we're on point to stay on our goals. It's a little bump. It's like a little party. It's a little fun food party. But at the same time, we got to be diligent. We have to stay on the goal. We need to stay on track. And the next one is keep exercising, keep moving. You shouldn't just drop everything just because you're on a diet break. It's more so about the foods you're eating, not just stop exercising altogether. Just keep doing your exercise plan and just keep moving. There shouldn't be a reason why you're still not incorporating exercise. Like I said before in past podcasts, that exercise is so important. Exercise is for endurance, your heart, your brain. It's not as much for weight loss, but more for just getting strong and just being able to go up a flight of stairs without falling down, you know? The last one I want to touch on is stress. And I know you're rolling your eyes. Please stop, okay? Stress is something that we all deal with. I get it. And stress is probably one of the reasons why we eat everything in the kitchen. I get it. But if we can control our stress, especially during a diet break should help the stress a lot, because you're going to be able to eat the foods. You're going to be able to eat your stress away, kind of, but you shouldn't. But you're going to be able to eat the foods that you enjoy, and hopefully that will lower your stress. But during this time, since you're not stressed out on the diet, hopefully you can use these foods that you're going to eat to help balance out that mental frustration from all that dieting. If your mental health isn't in check, you're not sticking to any diet. I don't care if it's one you made up or one that someone formulated for you. It just doesn't matter. If your mental health isn't there, it just ain't going to work. And a diet break, I feel, could help keep your mental in check. And if your body's working against you by plateauing, by keeping on fat, by just retaining water, that's not going to work for you either. It's going to work against you. We don't want our mind and body to work against us. We're trying to have this unity between all three of us, our mind, body, and whatever we're fighting to make them work together and make weight loss successful, make our journeys more successful. And of course, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It may take years to reach our goals, and it sucks. But just knowing that we have little tools, little strategies tucked in our tool belt, hopefully it's just a little bit easier. Hopefully a diet break can work within your weight loss plan. And I'm thinking it's worth a shot. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all of this. Again, just to remind you that if you do decide to do a diet break, remember to eat your maintenance calories and count them. Make sure you track them. It's very important. And then once you're ready to get back on your diet, make sure you calculate the calories that you need to continue your weight loss journey. Your body and mind will thank you. If you haven't already, check out last week's episode. You might learn something. Be sure to subscribe and rate the show. I'd appreciate your support. Also, check the show notes for even more information and tune in to the next episode of the Rather Be Thin podcast. Thank you for listening. Good luck to you. Hear me out again next time. I'm your host, Tasia. Bye.